that landed in that box that was actually designated alive, just like you and I and the next person, has had that stolen away from it. Okay, it's never had the option of may I live or may I not, or do I want to or do I not want to. The day any animal is born, its day of execution is pre-planned. Okay, there is not an animal in today's agricultural industry that basically has intercourse. There's no sexual relationships between one cow and a bull, or a chicken and a rooster, or a pig and a male pig. Not at all. All of the animals are artificially inseminated. Every single last one. Okay? We call it, in the vegan world, they're being raped. Because technically that's what it is. They take their hands, whoever does the artificial insemination, long rods, they've got gloves on their arms, they use long tongs with semen on from the bull, for argument's sake, or the pig, and jab it into the animal, artificially inseminated, and then it's confined. It's confined to a space. Let's take pigs, number one. If you take a female sow, a pig, she is confined for her entire life in what is called a gestation crate. Okay, gestation, the period of time that she's pregnant with her piglets. She stays in the crate. That crate is, kind of that rectangular type of shape that just covers the pig. She can technically not move left or right or roll over. She lies on her side, and a pig is a massive animal. She is massive. She gives birth to her pigs, the piglets, and she cannot move. The pig sometimes gets squashed alive underneath her because she's so heavy and she cannot help it. She cannot move, as I'm saying. The little piglets fall in between these slats in the farming industry. They die down there, they get squashed by others. Their legs get caught in the grid, broken bones. Nobody treats it. They're left to suffer. They're left in pain. Then when the piglets are born, not only piglets, also male cows, all of them, they are all castrated. You do know what that means, right? They're all castrated. Their testicles are removed without any painkillers. I say that again. No painkillers. They take a scalpel blade, slice open, and rip out, cut off the testicles. No pain. Close your eyes for a minute and just imagine that. Just imagine it, okay? It's done because there may not be any procreation amongst the animals, okay? Only the human inseminates the animal for the agri industry, okay? As I was starting to tell you about Pamela, there are different chickens. This is an egg-laying hen. She would have been in the egg-laying industry if it wasn't for me that took her away from there. I was about to tell you about what happens with the beak. Or I did get there. They cut off the beak. They sever the beak of the babies when they are still young, so that when they are jammed together in these cages, and I mean they really are packed, it's one on top of the other. They live in that cage for the entire duration of their life. And in a good case, that's going to be 2 years. Very, very good case. Usually, she's not going to make it that far. She's probably going to make it a year, a little bit over a year, and then what they call them is spent hens. They are finished. They're used. They are of no use to the industry anymore because their egg cycle is just so long. Basically, what an egg is a menstrual cycle, like in any human female. That's all that it is. It's a gross, icky excretion of the body, and it's beyond me why anybody would want to eat that, It's just gross. So anyway, she has to lie in that cage to give 300 odd eggs a year. In other words, they are forced to give one every day, where in nature they don't even come to half of that a year. Okay? Because they are so packed on top of one another, they peck at one another if they don't have their beaks off, and then they destroy one another, and that's not good enough for the industry, obviously. Okay. Basically, as I was saying just a little while ago, you are lied to. It's like parents telling children about Santa Claus or the tooth fairy or the tooth mouse or whatever you want to tell them. My children, I've never done that with them. I've got a big daughter. She's just finished her Air Force in Israel. And my twins are 8 years old, a boy and a girl, or almost 8. They'll turn 8 in March. They are vegan too. I've shown them some very graphic material. Material that most parents would probably freak about. They wouldn't want their children to see that. But I've said to my kids, okay, listen, eat the meat, but first you have to watch this. Eat the other things, but first watch this. See what you are paying for. Okay? Don't be hypocritical about it. Because even if you don't kill something or hurt something or participate in their pain and suffering yourself, you are paying a third party to do it for you. It's just like if you were with somebody that committed a murder. You are an accomplice. So like it or not, you are an accomplice to the suffering of the animal world. Okay? So my kids know. They've seen Farm to Fridge, they've seen Meet Your Meat, they've seen Earthlings. It's a full-length documentary. I've made a couple of copies. I spoke to your teacher, and I said to her that I wanted to actually hand out a copy to each one of you to take home, to take a look at, to basically, they've crammed everything into this movie, you know, like snippets of all the industries, of everything that you basically need to know that is happening that you haven't been told. That you can watch on your time. You can also go and watch it at earthlings.com. It is available on YouTube. It's often dubbed as the vegan changer, the vegan movie, because once people have seen this, they just don't want to be who they are anymore. They make a connection. You know, you make the ethical connection. Basically, what I want to say about veganism, because that's what you guys are all here for today, is to find out what it is about. Veganism is not a diet. First of all, let's get that out of the way. It's not a diet. Veganism is a lifestyle. It's a complete change of lifestyle. Not changing your life to the point where you have to give up everything and go and live in a cave somewhere and be weird. And do I look weird? I hope not. You know, we are totally, very basically normal people. But we make burgers and we don't put in the blood and the guts and the pus and everything that comes with it. We milk as well. We don't want that. We don't want anything that's in any way related to suffering, any pain, anything like that. So, vegan is somebody that overall lives a compassionate and ethically geared lifestyle. Meaning, no meat, no fish, no chicken, no dairy products of any sort, no milk, no cheese, no yogurts, no honey, things that a person can wear that they clothe us very well. We don't have to worry about that. We have everything that we need. We don't use products that are tested on animals. We don't use products that are made from animals. So it gives us a little bit of homework. You know, we do, when you see me in the store, you'll see me with a box, you know, and I'm reading. Read and see what's in there and if it's vegan friendly. We've got a great shop that's just opened up now at our new mall, at the Grove Mall. It's called Dischem, and I kind of had this idiot moment over there because I found a couple of things with the actual vegan logo on. The Vegan Society's logo is a V. It goes up with a little leaf, and there's a sunflower growing out of it. That is the official vegan logo. So if something has been vegan approved, and you know that it's definitely good to eat or good to use, it will have that on. Also, you can go with your South African Beauty Without Cruelty label. They are a very strong company in South Africa. They do a lot of work, a lot of good. Their logo doesn't go on the product until it has been checked, obviously, thoroughly. And they do make sure that before the logo goes on, it does meet all their standards, okay? Let me also say that the whole of society basically has been desensitized. Do you know what that means? If I ask you what does desensitization mean, does something come to mind? Sense is feeling. And what has happened is through parents who don't know because they learn from their parents and you know, we're just following the norm. Nobody ever stops and questions. Why am I doing this? And it's not good enough to say because my dad ate meat or my mom ate meat or because that one did that. We have evolved. We are in a new stage in life. I mean, if you want to live out there in those days when you lived in a cage with stone wheels, great. Try to go back and live there, but then you must leave all the things that go with modern society alone. Don't take iPads and don't take iPhones and don't take all the good things. Stay there, not evolved, you know. But we have evolved. Our cars have evolved, our brains have evolved, the way we dress has evolved, everything has evolved. So why should our primitive ways also not evolve? Let's evolve and let's say, you know what, hey, maybe what we've been doing all along, maybe what I've been doing along is not right. Let me, in the very least, just go and research a little bit. Let me question it, you know. I'm not saying today, knife behind your back, go vegan. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying, be open-minded about it, and go and take a look, you know. Basically, the desensitization has been turning us into robots. Just walking around and, oh, let's go grab a bite. You grab your pizza, it's flooded with cheese. You don't think for a minute the hell that has gone into that pizza. When a calf is born, the first thing that happens to that calf is it gets taken away from its mother that was raped to have it in the first place. A cow cannot have a baby or cannot have milk without a baby. Be pregnant, give birth, milk. Now, just like a human mother has got a baby, but within 48 hours, very seldom more than that, it's a 48-hour period, the cow has been with her calf 48 hours, 2 days. They take the cow away. It's taken away. It cannot even stand. It cries. The mother is heartbroken. I've got an activist friend in America, Gary Yurovsky. I don't know if anybody's heard of him. Fantastic guy, also vegan. And he has said that some of the most painful experiences he's ever had was being at a farm where he heard the cries of a mother cow after her baby has been stolen from her. And she can do nothing about it. They pick them up, they dump them in a wheelbarrow and cart them away. If it's a male calf, it goes immediately to what is called a veal crate. It's a box where it fits in exactly. Same story almost like a pig. It's a little wooden crate. It gets chained around its neck. It cannot move left or right. It cannot turn around. It can just stand up and lie down. For 4 months, that animal is kept in the veal crate, and it's for a reason. It may not move to stimulate muscle growth. It's got to be soft, undeveloped meat. That's what veal is, this pink meat that hasn't developed. No muscles, very soft, very tender. They feed it for 4 months, a bland diet, very low, extremely low, actually iron deficient completely. There's no iron in there, so that its blood stays anemic. In human terms, this animal is deathly ill, extremely ill. It's really sick. And then after 4 months, that calf goes to slaughter. 4 months. Can you imagine taking a baby, a human baby of 4 months? Cannot even crawl yet. Okay. And they take that baby, hang it upside down, in the most degrading way always. It's always hoisted by one hind leg, lift it up, killed. They usually cut up bit by bit. They are seldom stunned properly that they go through the whole process where there is no suffering. They feel everything. Most animals today are actually skinned alive. Their hide is pulled off their body while they are living and breathing. They cut off limbs while they are still alive. Now, that little calf has gone one way, and there is speciesism, because this is what this is about. We are discriminating against other species. Just because they look different on the outside, or they walk on all fours, or they have feathers, or scales, or whatever the case may be, it doesn't make anything else different. Their ability to feel pain is there. We don't have to ask what they are thinking, what their purpose is in life, none of that. Ask yourself a simple question: if I do that to myself and it hurts, surely if I do that to that creature over there, it will have the same effect. They will feel hurt. So the whole point is to steer away from that. And how do you do that? You have to start with yourself. You have to be the link in the chain of veganism is it doesn't know boundaries. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or brown or white or black or Asian or Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, Christian, doesn't matter. The connection once you go there and you realize, but hey, I can do this, is amazing.